It's working. All right. Hey everyone, my name is Anton. I'm a bass player, unfortunately. And after watching a countless amount of videos for beginners talking about buying a new guitar or bass or anything, this stuff just not good. Just hate it. Just, all those geeks talking about like, this has this type of wood, this pickups, disgusting. Ooh. So I just decided to make my own short list of 5 things you should know before you buy your first instrument. Well, we're gonna focus on strings here, so bass, guitar, all that kind of stuff, you know. So without further ado, so the first thing that bumped into my mind was why did you want to do this? You know, what's wrong with you? What inspires you? What kind of music do you want to play? Like, you know, is it really what you want? Are you ready to dedicate your time and effort and energy into doing this, you know? Because it's not easy. It's a lot of work. Like when I picked up an instrument, well, I wanted to pick up an instrument when I was like 15, right? I wanted to play guitar, but I was like, look, all those chords, man, all those playing with a pick, I was just like, disgusting, whatever. So I picked up a drum kit. The decider for me was that when you listen to a song, you can clearly hear what the guy's playing on drums, you know, like it's not that hard to figure out. So for me, that was it. Like no reading music, none of that. Like, well, that's what I thought anyway. So it came to me like an epiphany, and I sprinted to my dad. I was like, look, can I get a drum kit? Right? The man was like, okay. All right, yeah, let's do it, okay. But then I was like, okay, if I ever have to play somewhere, if I ever have to go out and play, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna bring this drum kit over? And I'm not setting that stuff up. So then I started thinking about picking up a bass. You have one finger on the string here, you have one finger on the fretboard. That's it. You make the sound, and it sounds great. It sounds powerful. I'm 16. I'm sprinting up to my dad. I'm like, mate, buy me a bass. He doesn't even know what a bass is. He doesn't even know what a 4-string guitar is. So next thing, we're heading to the music shop, and here's my number 2. Buy one that looks good on you. If the guitar is something at the start that's gonna bring you pain because your fingers are gonna be in misery, right? So you wanna wake up every day and actually be like, oh, this is such a beautiful instrument. I wanna pick it up. It looks cool. I wanna pick it up again. Pick it up again, until you actually start falling in love with it because you actually start to sound like something. Like, just think about this, right? The same guitar will sound different with 2 different people playing on it, right? 2 different people playing in one guitar is going to sound different. So why would you even watch all those people playing different guitars and then decide which one sounds? Yeah, all right, they are all going to sound somewhat different, you know, that it's going to be a different character, different texture. But at the end of the day, it's you who makes the sound. So it doesn't even matter, you know. If you're starting on a guitar, go to the shop, see the one that looks cool on you and you feel comfortable with. When me and my dad walked into a guitar store to buy a bass, I was just looking around. I saw all those Squires and all that stuff. Like, you know, the budget was around 200 quid, 300 quid, whatever. So I see this Yamaha TRBX 174. It was black. It had 24 frets, 3 knobs, looks cool. I could play Cliff Burton solos on it, you know, so why not? At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be expensive, which comes to my number 3. So we've come to the point, right, where any guitar can sound good in any genre. It doesn't even matter, really. All like post-punk stuff happening right now in the UK and Ireland. Look, the cheaper the guitar there, I think is better. So it doesn't really matter. Don't think about it the way that the more expensive the guitar is, the better. Think about it the way any guitar sounds different. All the guitars have different characters, you know, different sounds, different vibe. Buy a guitar for $100 if you don't have enough money. Obviously, the more premium side of things will get you things like, well, some more respect from the dudes, from the lads. You know, they're gonna be like, oh, very nice, custom. No one cares, man. Just get a guitar. Just don't overthink it. The price won't make you sound better. You know, the $5,000 Gibson Les Paul custom is not gonna play the chords for you. You know. Number 4, you don't even need an amp. Look, amps are cool, but guess what? I never really used one. The only time I used an amp, I brought it to a gig because I was told that there was no amp there. So the venue doesn't provide me with an amp, so I brought my own one. And guess what? I found out I could go DI, which means direct input. That's it, you know? I didn't even use the amp. I just went DI. Practicing for the beginning, you just started on your journey, right? Get yourself an audio interface. Look it up. It's they're cheap. You can get one for like $50. You can plug in your headphones. You can plug into your computer, and there you can get amp emulators, which are basically the amps but on a computer. Reduce the hassle of carrying it around, for it being too loud or anything. Your parents hating you. Right. All you're gonna do is plug in your computer, and there you go. You can get an emulator for cheap enough. You can get a free one at the end of the day, and you're gonna get tons, millions of sounds you can get from that, right? So me personally, I use a Guitar Rig 6, which is useful and is handy. It's cheap. It's good, right? And I use some archetypes. For the bass, I use the dark glass. Anyway, I'll tell you more. When I bought my first bass, the Yamaha one, this is what I bought with it. This Vox preamp, right? You plug it into your guitar or bass, whatever, and you plug your headphones. There's a headphone jack somewhere here, right? There you go. Well, unless you really want to go old school, but look, who am I to tell you what to do? Do whatever you want. If you want to get an amp, do it. I'm just telling you that you don't have to, and there's better and cheaper ways, more efficient ways to start playing guitar and not even be arsed. The one that will break your heart, probably. Girls don't care. We live in a society, man. Girls don't care anymore. That's the scary truth. Well, maybe because I'm a bass player, you know. But I have a strong feeling that things don't work the way they used to back in the 80s anymore. Only once, like 6 years ago, I played a bunch of Tool riffs and that got me somewhere. Okay, but that's it. That's about it. That's about as far as it goes. No, I'll tell you one more thing. The minute you walk into a party and you see this ginger fellow with an acoustic, you're like, okay, this party is about to be ruined. And then he starts to play Where's My Mind, right? No one wants that. No one likes that. Remember, the main reason that you should be getting a guitar is to be able to express yourself and express your wisdom and the way you look at things through music. If the only reason you want to pick up a guitar is to pick up chicks, man, just don't. Thanks everyone. Hopefully you found this video educational and helpful. This is a starting channel, so I wouldn't mind if you subscribe and hit that like button, okay? All right, thank you.